Hi, my name is Jennifer Wan, and I'm going to talk to you about two Web 2.0 tools and one mobile app. This is for my final project for EDU 580. The first Web 2.0 tool I'm going to talk to you about is called ePals. It creates a global community of learners. Here, a teacher is able to create a profile and share what she's looking for and seeking to meet up with another classroom. Now, I am new to this site and I've just currently set up my account. I'm hoping to use this to communicate with another class that is taking the map for the first time, since my third graders are also taking the map for the first time. A great advantage here is when I set up my account, ePals provided separate school-safe accounts for each student without needing their name. With that, I am able to monitor and filter all ingoing and outgoing emails for my students so that it remains safe. As you look across the top, you see there are several options. You can find a classroom, go through projects, have the Learning Center, teacher resources, and ePal Central. We'll start with Find a Classroom. Once in here, you are able to narrow down your search using language, age, maybe a keyword, a specific region that you're wanting to connect with, number of students in a class, and you may even choose by how you want to collaborate, by email, Skype, or by a project workspace. What I found interesting about this was it was similar to Skype, but it went above and beyond that. So I could use Skype and I could also use email. You choose how you want to participate with another class. You can also select a class by projects. You can choose to join a project or start your own project. Luckily with ePals, before a project is posted publicly, they must approve it. Next is Learning Centers. As you can see, there are several opportunities here. I'm going to click on Smithsonian to show you what that looks like. As you can see, once I'm in here, I can click on Articles, Activities and Games, Online Field Trips, Videos, Discussions, and Galleries. So there's a ton of information I can find just by selecting that one center. Next, we'll look at teacher resources. As you can see, there's several things, and it is aligned with the Common Core. I like to look at the teacher forums. Teacher forums gives me a quick glance to see if there's somebody looking for the same thing I am, such as just pen pals or e-pals if you want to call them that, or a specific topic. Once I get in here, if this is coming from a class that speaks another language, it will translate it for me. I'm very excited to use this because it does provide the opportunity for my learning to become student-centered and they can collaborate with other students. There are some disadvantages in my school though, because we have a lack of technology available, and so it's hard to get the mobile laptops. Also, as you see, there's many opportunities in this site, and so it's very hard to narrow it down to one specific thing. The next Web 2.0 tool I'm going to talk about is called Study Ladder. It's a fun online learning tool for students. Here, the teacher sets up free accounts for students and they can access them from home or school. Each student is provided a private username and password. At first, this reminded me of spelling city. However, this incorporates all subjects. When you look at the top, you see there's a teacher survival guide, themed project sheets, and free class access. The great thing about this is for when you're coming to the beginning of the year. I know as the year is approaching, I'm already starting to think about next year, and I see that this provides me many resources that I can use next year. Some of them are interactive for the whiteboard, and some of them are ones that the students can do online, while others are just printable resources for me. As you look across the top, you can see you can select all resources, curriculum align, new resources, or start of term. I love that it is curriculum aligned because that shows me that it's aligned with the Common Core. Once in here, I can select my subject, my grade level, and the Common Core standard I'm trying to reach. Then it will give me several tasks that I can assign to my student. As stated previously, the great thing about this is it incorporates numerous subjects. As you can see as I scroll down, there's English, science, art, music, study sheets. Once you pick your subject, then you can select by topic, grade, material type, or category. This is in addition to if you'd like to align it with the curriculum. This is something I like to use during my daily 5 rotations and my math rotations. Luckily, I am allowed to set up more than one account since my school changes classes for math. Another great feature is that I am able to monitor and watch as my students progress at home and see what they are working on from their mobile devices. When I click on new resources, that just takes me to the newest things they've added. As you can see, they're constantly adding new things. This was just added April 1st. This is a neat activity that's used on your interactive whiteboard, and it provides immediate feedback for the students as you go through the activity. One disadvantage I have found is that some of the activities on here must have Adobe Flash in order for you to run. So it's not always going to be accessible from mobile devices, which may limit some students' use at home. Next year, I not only plan to use this in my daily rotations, but I also plan to set up unit challenges for my students to use at home as they practice. Finally, I'm going to talk about my mobile app, which is called Class Dojo. This is an excellent class management tool. As you can see, all my students are listed and they each have a fun avatar. This is also available to my parents and students from home. I sync my mobile device to my desktop, and the students are able to hear and see this throughout the day, which helps them to monitor their behaviors as the day goes on. A great thing about this is it teaches my students to monitor their own behaviors. Each student sets themselves in the morning, and then throughout the day we check to see where we're at and try to meet our goal. When you want to reward a student for doing something good or remind them that they need to work on something, you click on their name and then you select the behavior. These behaviors are made up by you based on things that you've seen in your classroom. So there's positive and then there's need work. If it's a positive behavior, I select that and it makes a positive sound for the student that will show through the Promethean board. However, if this child needs to work on something, I hit needs work. Maybe they're being disrespectful. Click on that, and then it makes that sound. As you see, sometimes the sounds are a little delayed, which causes a problem, and occasionally the mobile app does not sync immediately with my Promethean board, which causes a delay, and so the students aren't always on task and knowing when they lose or receive a point. The great thing about this is that I can see the time and the date when away to help track a student's behavior. The parents can also see the exact same report that I see. A new feature that was added on the mobile is a messaging center, so I do have the ability to send a message to a parent right away to let them know either something amazing that happened or something that they really need to have attention brought to. When I hit in class, it's daily class report. This gives us a trend setting for the whole class, and then on the left hand side shows where each student is individually. I have noticed a huge improvement in my students' behavior by using this throughout the year, and it also helps them to become accountable and helps them reflect on why they either lost coins or why they had such a high amount of coins for that day. There are some disadvantages. For example, if I don't have Wi-Fi, my mobile device won't work. And occasionally, like I said before, it lags behind, or it will give multiple coins at one time, which you'll have to go back and fix. I have found that using Google Chrome from my desktop does help. I will continue to use this for my students in the future for their goal setting and classroom behavior. It's a great option, and I like the messaging because it keeps me in contact with the parents, and I can also use that for my parent log. As you can see, there are several devices available to help you in your classroom, and I've only shown you a few. The biggest challenge that I face is lack of technology in my school. I'm hoping that the more I learn about it, the more I can continue to make other teachers enthusiastic, and our school will see a need to increase our technology. Good luck on using your tools. I hope to continue to use mine. Thank you.